welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I am collabing again with Smiley Shani and Jan Van, and of course, I'll have their channels linked in my description box. And as always, I do have to give a shameless plug to both of these beautiful, amazing, incredible, talented, creative women. They are amazing creators and very special friends, and I just want you to experience how amazing they both are. So if you're not subscribed to them yet, please go and subscribe to their channels because they are going to amaze you in every way that you can be amazed. So for this collab, I came up with 20 questions for us to answer, and I've titled it the Content Creator Perspective tag. There are 20 questions all about being a content creator and how we really feel about various aspects of being a content creator. And I just want to say that I'm going to be very honest, maybe a little bluntly honest about or with my answers here, because I just want to give you guys how I really feel about this whole process. This is not meant to be offensive, of course, but I just am going to be very honest about how I feel about lots of things in terms of these questions. And I'm really excited to go and watch Shani and Jan's videos and, of course, see their looks come together, but also hear their answers and see how we are maybe different or similar, or, it's going to be really fun. Now, I do want to say my eyes are a little puffy this morning because Shani and Jan and I speak to each other all day long, basically, on Marco Polo. And Shani, I can't even start thinking about it or I'm going to start laughing until I sob again. But she said something in one of the Marco Polos that she sent to Jan and I that had me laughing so hard. And I've been laughing about it since yesterday when she sent it. I cannot control myself. So I've already been like laugh crying this morning, and my eyes get really puffy when I do that. It is the funniest thing. And Shani explained to me how to save that message onto my phone, because after a while the Marco Polos go away, and that can't ever go away, because if I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to pull that message up and listen to it and laugh hysterically. Okay, so what palette am I going to be using for my look today as I answer these questions? I'm going to be doing both eyes on camera. I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Mini Love palette that my dear Janny Boo sent to me. I think this is absolutely gorgeous, and I just used the mini Xenon palette, well, not just, but a few videos back, and really liked it. So I'm assuming I'll really like this one as well. It's got like the berries and pinks, and I like the fact that there's a lighter matte and also a deeper matte, and then we have these two shimmers and this shimmer as well. Super excited, and I'm really enjoying the Natasha Denona formula because as a cheapskate, I don't have a ton of experience with Natasha Denona palettes, so to have these in my collection is really fun. All right, so both brows are done, and I've primed both eyelids in the P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 01. And this video might be a little longer because there's 20 questions, and I'm gonna give you my full answers here. So let me grab a brush. Okay, so question number 1 is, what made you decide to start your channel? And I'm gonna go into this shade first and put that in my transition area. And I know some of the stuff I've already talked about, so I won't go into a ton of detail, but I got really into makeup. Let me scoot my mirror over. This is too far over. I don't know what happened here, but okay. Now I'm making my phone shake. Sorry about that. I got really into makeup in 2018, 19. And, like I've mentioned a bajillion times, my daughter got me the ColourPop Kathleen Lights Dream Street palette. And for whatever reason, it just started this intense passion for makeup. I started watching YouTube videos, and by 2020, both of my kids had moved out of the house. They graduated from high school, my daughter off to college, my son off to college. And so I just had a lot of free time on my hands and was feeling pretty down about that. I mean, just missing my kids. Glad that they are, moving on with their adult life, of course. I want that for both of them. But, we were like the ride or die crew. So it was really tough for me to not have them here all the time. And I don't know, I just was really into watching YouTube videos, and it seemed like so much fun to have a YouTube channel. And I started thinking seriously about starting a channel, and I talked to a couple friends, couple coworkers. They were very encouraging. And then I also talked with my daughter and my husband, and my son and just said, this is what I'm thinking about doing. What do you guys think? And they were like, yeah, yeah. My son was not like, yeah, yeah. He was like, I don't know how I feel about you starting a channel, because he's like, there's so many jerks and trolls on the internet that are so mean and so nasty. And he's like, I don't want you to have to deal with that. And he said, I know if I see any comments on your videos that are mean and nasty, I'm going to want to go and wring their necks. And I'm like, well, I'm a big girl. I can handle it. So I finally decided to start my channel in April of 2021. So it's been almost 3 years. And of course, Steph, not your basic Steph, my best friend and sister, was my mentor. And she really helped me get started and, figuring out how to edit and what software to use to edit, which I use VSDC, the free version. And I just went for it. Not a professional makeup artist, do not have a ton of experience with makeup. I'm still learning a lot. I just felt like it was the right thing for me to do. And it's been an awesome experience for me to have my channel. I really enjoy it. And, I don't know how long I will have a YouTube channel for, but for the foreseeable future, absolutely. But really, the main reasons why I started was just my love for makeup. I thought it would be fun, and I just needed something to kind of fill the void after my kids moved out. Number 2, what was your biggest fear in starting a channel? Well, I had a lot of fears about starting a channel. I would say one of the main fears was the technological aspect of it, editing, filming. My laptop that I had was just an absolute clunker. So I did get myself a new laptop. I don't like technology. I mean, I can use technology, but it's just not my strong suit. I guess looking at having a channel from a bigger perspective, like just all the different aspects of having it, that was a little daunting and a little scary for me, I guess. Getting over my nervousness in filming. I was very nervous, like just thinking about filming a video, I would get like nervous about it, like, oh God, can I? And I would say that it took me a year, maybe longer, to not feel nervous anymore when I would sit down to film. I don't feel nervous anymore when I sit down to film, but I did for a long, long time. And I guess there were some fears of like what my son was afraid of, is people being mean and nasty. I wasn't afraid of that, but I was a little concerned that that's what I would be dealing with, and I didn't really want to deal with negative Nellies, which I have a little bit, but not too bad. When I got into the actual YouTube studio, when I first uploaded my first video, and just seeing like adding the end screen and the little iCards and titling it and thumbnails, just all of those things. It was overwhelming at first. It really was. And I just took it slow. I mean, my initial thumbnails are horrible, I think. But just started, I don't know, watching tutorials about how to edit, how to do thumbnails. And so it just, the more I like looked into things and spent time kind of like researching stuff, or I don't know exactly what the word is, it calmed me down, and I just got more experience with the filming and the editing. And I'm not afraid of it anymore, but it was, it was a lot to think about, a lot to process when I first started. So now I'm going to deepen up the outer V, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, this darker kind of purpley burgundy shade, and put that in my outer V. Number 3, is there something that you didn't anticipate about being a content creator? I would say that one of the things I didn't really anticipate was how long it takes to like film and edit, more so edit. I didn't realize it would take as long as it takes me sometimes to edit videos. And also just how much time I put into my channel. At first I don't know, I would film maybe one video a week, and that seemed doable at the time. And then, the more I started, getting into my channel and filming more and stuff, I really like fell in love with it. So I started filming more and editing more. And it does really take a lot of time to do those things, especially like the longer your video is. So I don't think I really anticipated that aspect of things, just the time it takes for everything. I also never anticipated that I would have the friendships that I've gained from my YouTube channel. And, I hear negativity about that quite often. I'll hear other content creators saying like, well, I don't understand why people think they have such great friends here on this platform because they've never met in person and da da da. And, to those people, I just want to say, well, then maybe you don't have real friendships in the YouTube online community. Maybe you don't, but, I do. And people don't know the types of conversations that I have with other people and the amount of conversations that we have and what we talk about and things like that. And, things are different than they used to be. We used to not have the internet, right? And online chat platforms or whatever. And now we do. And I think it's awesome. There are some downfalls to that too, because it's, I think people are maybe not as good as they used to be about face-to-face communications. People are really heavily reliant on online communications, which I think can be not the greatest, right? But I also love the fact that I've met so many people from so many different places in the world, and I can connect with them and talk with them and get to know them. And it's wonderful. I really do love that part of having a channel. And that's not something that I anticipated. When I first got started, yes, I did have some friends on the YouTube space, YouTube platform. And I have carried those friendships on, throughout my journey here, but I've gained so many more too. So it's just been really cool. I will also say that I did not really anticipate, I'm trying to word this in a respectful manner. I didn't really anticipate the immaturity and cattiness and backstabby stuff that can go on here too. And I just want to briefly touch on the fact that Shani and I both dealt with that. In terms of a situation where another person really tried to end our friendship. And there has been a person that has really thought it was a good idea to run their mouth about me behind the scenes to people. And, I have seen that. I'm trying not to be, but I do want to be honest about this. I really do. I have seen that there have been people that have pulled away from me. And I believe it's because of this other person who has decided to, for lack of a better word, talk shit about me to other people. And it makes me sad. It really makes me sad that at my age, almost 50 years old, and dealing with other adults, that this is how people choose to behave. Because there's no reason for it. No reason at all, other than just to be, shady and catty and backstabby. And it just makes me sad. And it makes me sad that other people choose to believe things that they've heard when maybe hasn't been their experience with me, right? And like I mentioned, Shani and I kind of dealt with that. And fortunately, we have, totally turned that around. And we have become even closer. And she is like, a dear, dear friend and like a daughter and a sister and a confidant and all these different things that she is in my life. But, we did go through a rough time. I'm going to go back in with this brush and just kind of blend that out because of the crap that somebody else tried to pull. So, I didn't anticipate that. I really didn't. I didn't think that like grown adults would behave that way here. And I've learned that there are some that do. Most don't. Most do not. And that's wonderful. But there are some folks that just, I don't know, they just really like to stir the pot and create drama and spread untruths. And that's really too bad. And it's also really too bad that there are people that, fall prey to that and believe it. But, there's nothing you can do about it. People are going to figure it out on their own or they're not. Period. I think that blended out so beautifully. I really like Natasha Denona mattes. God, they're nice. So now for the lids. I think I'm going to use all three of these. I'm going to start off with this shade here, putting it right there. And then I'm going to put this shade in the middle and then this shade towards the front. And I'll probably pop that in my inner corners too. Number 4, what kind of content do you enjoy creating? Well, of course, makeup content. Absolutely. Love it. I mean, that's the whole reason why I started my channel, was for the makeup stuff. But I also do true crime videos, which I will have one up in the month of March. I promise. It's just going to be coming later. With my husband's surgery last month, and just, I don't know, I just haven't had a real good opportunity to read the book that I have. But I am getting through it, and I will have a true crime video up probably towards the end of the month, like either the 24th or the 31st. I try to put them up on a Sunday, which I guess I could put them up any day of the week. I also really like to create content where I'm relatable and I'm talking about like life stuff, so that, you know, folks that are watching it might feel more of a connection to me, or a connection to at least what I'm talking about. That's really important to me, to have, you know, my content not just focused on makeup or true crime, but to have, I don't know, just life stuff that I talk about, whether that be work related, relationship related, mother kid related, you know, just being able to share stuff about my personal life, which I have been criticized for, and I don't give a shit about that. I really don't care, even though it did bother me. But, you know, you can tell it probably, I think it still bothers me a little bit. But I really enjoy doing that too, because I like to watch that kind of content. You know, and I remember when I was starting, and I've mentioned this before, that Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner talked about, you know, if you want to start a channel, try to film stuff that you enjoy watching. And that was such great advice. And I totally, like, you know, got on board with that. And this is beautiful. I really love it. It's going up kind of high, but it's going to anyway. I don't know why I worry about that so much at first, because it's going to go up there anyway. Oh, I love that shade. And I think what I'll do is just clean this off here on my little towel. And then I'm going to go into that lighter pink shade, shimmer shade, this one right here. Put that in the middle. Number 5, is there any type of content that you'd like to create, but you're not sure you will? You know, there's a couple things I have thought about filming that I have avoided filming. One of which is I was going to do a series where I was recreating challenging looks, because I did do a collab at the beginning of 2023, where I recreated a challenging look that Leanna Dalton had chosen for me to recreate. It was really fun. And I thought, oh, you know, this is such a great thing to do, and I really want to start trying to do more of these on my channel. But I have hesitated to do that because, how do I word this? I don't know how to word this. I'm going to try to think of how to word this here. I don't think that there's anything wrong with recreating someone else's look. And Jan and Shani do that every Sunday. They do copy kitting a look collab, where they find either, you know, an inspirational picture or a challenging look, or just a look that they really love and want to recreate. And of course, you know, they tailor it to their own, like, interpretation of the look or their skill set or whatever. But what I will say about both of them is that when they do those collabs, they're very respectful about the original look. You know, like, even though maybe it's not exactly the same, they're still very respectful about the original look, and, you know, do their best to try to, you know, give the original look its props, you know. And I have seen the opposite of that. I've seen challenging looks be recreated in a very disrespectful way, and it drives me crazy. You know, like, it's almost like it's a joke, like, oh yeah, look, and it's like, yeah, but I don't think that's cool to make fun or joke around or not take it seriously. I mean, I realize this is just makeup. It's not that serious anyway. I'm going to grab a smaller brush for the front part of the lid. And I just, not that I wouldn't take it seriously. I would take it seriously. But, you know, my skill set is, you know, not the most broad skill set in the world, right? And so I felt like I just didn't ever want to do those types of videos and come across like I'm not taking it seriously or I'm making a joke out of it or mocking it. You know, I just didn't want to do that. Not that I would, but I don't know. I don't know if this is making any sense. But, you know, I love watching Jan and Shani's Copy Kitty videos because, like I said, they're just really respectful about it. And they really do a great job of, you know, recreating the look, like I mentioned, in their own way, but still being very respectful and awesome about the original look. So I've hesitated to do that series, and I probably won't, but I don't know. We'll see. Another thing that I've wanted to do too is the Battle of the Palettes videos. And I got that idea from Grace, GelBeauty87. She does that on her channel. It's really fun to watch, really interesting. And sometimes she'll pit two palettes together that I think don't look similar, but then when she does the look, I'm like, wow, like she has a great eye for seeing that kind of stuff. It's truly a gift. It's amazing. But you know, I struggle with that too, because I don't want it to look like I'm stealing content ideas from other people. I understand that like nobody's really inventing the wheel here or reinventing the wheel here. Pretty much everything has already been done by somebody. So I don't know how much like quote unquote unique content there is. I mean, there is, but you know what I mean? Like, I get it that like we can all take and glean ideas from other people. But I do think it's really important to credit the person that came up with the idea while you're filming something like that. And I see that the opposite, and it gets frustrating. It really does. It gets frustrating when like you come up with an idea, or I don't know how to word this either, but then you see someone else doing something exactly the same and you think, huh, well, okay. But you know, and I've done like Angelica Larimar. She's given me tons of ideas for content, and I just credit her in my videos. If I get something from her, I'll say, I got this from Angelica Larimar. She's so awesome. Go subscribe, you know, that kind of thing. But I see the opposite, where people, it's obvious that they've taken an idea from another creator and they don't credit the person. And that irritates me. So I don't know. I do really want to do the Battle of the Palettes, but I just haven't yet. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's so much stuff I need to film. I have so many palettes I need to film with and stuff. So, but I would say that across the board, most of the content I want to film, I film. Number 6, what type of content turns you off on this platform? Negative. I don't like negative content. Negative just to be negative, just for the sake of negativity. Oh, it's so like draining and obnoxious, and I will not watch that anymore. I mean, not that I ever really did watch it, but I would stay in the video longer than I do now. The catty comparative stuff I don't like. Really turns me off. Like well, I don't do this, but they do that. Well, I don't do that, and they do that. Ugh, cannot stand that either. Oh, it's so obnoxious to me. I just think what it reminds me of is like a politician, where like there's certain politicians that when they come on TV or whatever, all they do the entire time is put down their opponent. And it's like, I don't care. I know you don't like the opponent. You're running against him. That makes perfect sense. But what I want to hear you talk about is what you're going to do for me, the city, the state, the country, whatever. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear you sit and whine and put down other people. So that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like just a yucky politician that I don't want to listen to when people are like that in videos. It just, ugh. Another thing that I struggle with, and you guys might disagree with me on this, but when people don't take personal responsibility for various things, I am allergic to walnuts. Okay, like I have a walnut allergy. Well, I don't know if it's an allergy. I just have a weird reaction in my mouth when I eat walnuts. And so if I go to like a social gathering, say, and there's a cake sitting on the counter for people to eat, of course, and I don't know what's in it, I'm going to ask the person that brought the cake, hey, what's in this cake? And if they say there's walnuts in it, I don't eat it because I know my mouth is going to break out. And if they say, well, I got it at the store, I don't really know everything that's in it, I'll wait and see if someone else will take a bite and then say, are there walnuts in that? Because I don't want to have a breakout. And if I did choose to take a bite of this cake without finding out what was in it first, and my mouth breaks out, I'm certainly not going to get angry at the person that made or brought the cake, right? It's not their fault. It's not their fault that my face or my mouth broke out because I ate something that I shouldn't have been eating. And that's something that I see every so often here on this platform, where someone will buy a makeup product without looking at what's in it, put it on their face, have a breakout, and then they just trash the brand, just trash them. And I'm like, okay, but I don't know. And I realize that there are brands that don't do a very good job of advertising what is in their palettes or products on the actual product. You know, like there's people who are allergic to pressed pigments. And sometimes on eyeshadow palettes, they're not real good about explaining that there are pressed pigments in the palette and what is in the pressed pigments. But here's the thing. If I'm starting, or if I'm trying a new brand, a new palette or something, and I don't really know for sure, and I have allergies, I'm gonna do my damnedest to find out exactly what's in it before I buy it and put it on my face. And I'm not gonna go bash the brand for that happening. That's just my personal opinion. You guys might disagree, and I understand that like it's a pain in the ass to have to do that. I get it, I totally get it. But I would much rather know what I'm getting myself into first than spend a bunch of money and then be stuck with something that I can't use because I have an allergy to it. So when people get real nasty about a brand that maybe doesn't label things exactly as the person thinks that they should, that irritates me. Because I'm like, but you didn't have to buy it. And also there's tons of other brands that maybe create products that someone has more experience with and knows exactly what's in it that they could just stick to. And I know maybe that's kind of crappy because you want to try things, but man, there's just so many makeup products out there that I feel like we could all find stuff that works for us. And something else, and this is gonna seem real nitpicky. I'm gonna go back in with my finger with the shade and just kind of plop this right here. I really struggle with people that don't look in the camera. So I'm gonna show you something. So right now I'm staring at myself, okay? I'm looking right at myself in the phone screen. And to me, I'm not looking in the camera. So this is very disengaging. Like it's very like disjointed and disconnected. It's hard for me to not look in the camera from the person that's viewing it. So now I'm looking in the camera. So it looks like you and I are looking at each other. And that to me is very important because I do feel very disconnected from someone that's not looking in the camera. I also think that a lot of creators get really hung up on looking at themselves while they're filming and or looking in their viewfinder and like constantly like checking, and I don't love that either. I just wish, you know, I mean, it's fine to look in the mirror. Like I'm looking in the mirror right now to put my makeup on, but I do try to look in the camera at you as often as I can. So I don't know, when people don't look in the camera, that's hard for me sometimes because I feel like I'm just not connecting with them at all, which I know that sounds stupid. We're not in the same room together or anything, but it's a more pleasant experience for me to watch creators that actually look into the camera and don't spend the whole time staring at themselves. That just gets a little old. So for my lower lash lines now, I did pop my concealer on down here. I use this one again. This is the Kill Cover Pro Artist Liquid Shading Concealer in 20 Nude that I got from Stylevana. Nice. And I think what I'll do, well, I don't think, I know what I'm gonna do first is go into my lower waterlines. I'm gonna use this. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Jumbo Eye Pencil in Rust. I just thought this would look really nice with the eye look. It's like this kind of metallic rusty shade. I haven't used this in a while, so hopefully it works in my lower waterlines. Number 7, gosh, I have a lot more to get through here. Number 7, what are your 3 fave things about having a channel? You know, makeup, of course. That's one of my favorite things about having a channel, of course, is just, you know, playing with makeup, playing in makeup, playing with makeup, whatever. I just love it. Also just having a hobby that I really enjoy, that's a lot of fun. That is just wonderful for me. And also just all the amazing friendships and relationships that I've created or have come into my life. I don't know that I created them, but came into my life from having my channel. Those are my 3 favorite things, absolutely. Number 8, what are your least 3 favorite things about having a channel? Editing sometimes can be my least favorite thing just because it can be so time consuming. The technological aspect of having a channel sometimes is not fun for me. You know, it's just, there's a lot And I know I've already talked about it, but yeah, just sometimes I'm like, I don't want to edit. And I know there's lots of people that don't edit, but I do. And so, yeah, sometimes I get, and that's my own choice. I mean, I don't have to edit my videos. So I'm not like, oh, I mean, no one's forcing me to do this. But yeah, that can get a little old. I'm going to start off with this shade here and put that across both of my lower lash lines here. The negativity I don't love about having a channel. Just seeing other negativity, hearing negativity. I don't love that. And then also, you know, it can be tough to manage my time. And I put a lot of time and energy into my YouTube channel because I have such a passion for it and love it so much. And I get ideas for content and I want to film, but I have a full-time job and a family and just, you know, other stuff, other interests. And so sometimes it does feel a little bit burnouty, which I don't ever want it to feel burnouty, you know. Why continue to do something if you feel burnt out by it? So what I will do, and I'm going to get better about this, I've talked to Jan and Shani both about this, is that, you know, when I start feeling that, like, okay, I need to step back and kind of take a break because I have other commitments, I will take breaks from YouTube. I think I'm going to take a break in April, you know, maybe a week or two. I'll probably, like, I might film like ahead of time and get some things filmed so that I can just edit and put them up and then take the break. I've done that before. I've taken like a week here, a couple weeks there, you know, but just had stuff I'd pre-filmed. But yeah, the burnout side of things, or just feeling like, okay, I need a break. That's not my favorite feeling about having a channel either, because I don't want this to ever feel like a job. It's supposed to just be fun. That's what I want it to be. And when I feel like I have to, you know, I just am like, I need a break. I need a break. And I love this. This is going to make me look sick though, so I'm going to deepen it up with, now I'm thinking maybe that rush shade was not the best choice for my lower water lines, but we'll see. Keep going here and we'll see what I can do. So now I'm going to deepen it up with this shade right here. Number 9, what is a trait or traits in other creators that you dislike? We've already kind of talked about that. Just the negativity. Also, creators that are really hypocritical, that drives me absolutely bonkers. You know, when somebody goes on, and I've talked about all this stuff before, so you guys have probably already heard me say this stuff. But when somebody goes on and on about, oh, do whatever you want with your makeup, do whatever you want with your makeup, you do, and then throughout the video puts down how other people do their makeup or how other people film their videos, or, you know, how someone does their thumbnail or titles, or just that really comparative stuff. I'm like, you know, you just said to do whatever you want, and now you're putting that whatever you want down. So it's just a hypocritical thing for me. And I don't want to watch that kind of stuff. You know, it's just not, it's not fun to watch somebody be that hypocritical and that unaware of how hypocritical they come across. It's just yuck. And also, again, I'm trying to be respectful here, but I want to be honest. I see that as some folks have grown, they've changed a lot. They have become very arrogant and very conceited, very full of themselves, which I do think it's okay to love yourself and think you're the bomb, of course. But I also think you can do that in a mature way and not come off like you just think that you are downtown Freddie Brown, as my mom would say. And so that kind of stuff, when I start seeing people getting real, like almost like too big for their britches, I think, nope, I'm not going to watch them anymore, because they're not real to me anymore. They're becoming this like facade and really phony and just, you know, arrogant. And I'm not a fan of that arrogant type of attitude. And it's kind of too bad, because there was a lot of people I used to really love to watch, and I don't watch them anymore because I'm just like, get over yourself. You know, like, okay, we put our pants on one leg at a time. You know, maybe some of us don't, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, enough. Like, you did not hang the moon, so get over yourself. Number 10, what is something that irritates you about this platform? YouTube can be a tricky platform. You know, I've seen my views plummet, and just could just be that people just don't want to watch my content, and that's totally understandable because I'm not for everyone. I know that. And I do a lot of the same things here. I also use a lot of older makeup, and I know people are really super into new makeup, and so that probably gets, obnoxious to people, and I get that. But I also think that YouTube really messes with our numbers. There's like yo-yo up and down with subscriber gaining and losing. Jan and Shani and I have talked about that quite often, in that most times when we upload a video, within like the first 10 minutes, we lose 1 to 3, if not more, subscribers every single time we upload a video. Now, how would that even be possible? People are just sitting there waiting for us to upload and then unsubscribing the minute we do? That doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna go back in with this. The monetization process, I think, can be kind of a pain. Not that I think I'm ever going to make enough money on this platform to quit my job. I will never do that, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird. I also think that like sometimes the algorithm is really hard to understand, and I think I've got it figured out, and then no, it changes, or so that can be really obnoxious, and it kind of takes the fun out of it when it's just this up and down and hard to predict, and I don't know. And again, I'm not doing this because I think I'm going to do this for a living, okay? So I don't get that upset about it. It's just there are some things that I see happen that I'm like, why? What? It's just weird, And I've talked to my husband about it, my other creator friends about it, and it just gets old, really old. And I understand that like TikTok has become the rage, and I think most people now want to watch the shorter videos, so that could be part of it too. But yeah, there's just some gamey stuff that goes on this platform that gets a little obnoxious. Okay, so now I'm gonna align my upper lids. I'm just gonna do my eye look on camera today. I'll do the rest of my stuff off camera. Let's see, where is my eyeliner? I found it. I'm gonna be using this again, the Fatal Beauty Black Like My Soul felt tip liner. I love it. Okay, the next question is, number 11, is there another creator you look up to or want to emulate? There's a lot. There's a lot of people I've looked up to over the years. Of course there is. I think, like I've mentioned, one of the main pieces of advice I got that I thought was so awesome was from Annette, from Annette's Makeup Corner, when she said, film videos that you enjoy watching, try to kind of emulate your videos after something like that. And that to me was just like invaluable. Because it just makes it more fun to film when you're, creating content that you actually enjoy. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anyone in particular. Well, Steph, not your basic Steph, my best friend and sister. I definitely wanted to emulate her. I can't emulate her because she's way more talented than me, but just the type of content that she has, absolutely. I am going to start doing a panning project later this month. And, that I really got that from like Andy, Leanna, Ash, Deb B, Cece, those panners, they've been very inspirational for me and very helpful. I'm still a little nervous about a panning project, but I'm going to get it figured out. It's going to be fine. And Andy has agreed to help me out with that, which has been wonderful. Did that look okay? I think it looks okay. Just maybe a little bit more right there. I did create a wing the other night after work. I didn't have any makeup on, and I thought I'm gonna make a wing, and I did a really good job. I liked the wing, it looked great. But the problem is that because I have this stuff right here, it just swallowed the wing. It like took it off. So I don't know. So I just kind of decided, I'm not gonna do wings. Number 12, what is an aspect of content creation that you wish would change? I wish people would stop being so damn negative and just be positive and have fun. Makeup, I think sometimes with makeup, people take things way too seriously and are way too up other people's rear ends about what they're doing on their channels. Like, relax a little bit, give people some breathing room and some space. It's, and maybe I'm doing the same thing. And I understand that like not everybody's going to film content that I love, but then I can watch somebody else, right? I don't have to watch everybody's content if I don't like what they're doing. I also wish that like like I mentioned before, that the YouTube platform in and of itself would get a little bit easier to manage and easier to figure out, easier to work with. Because like I mentioned, it just can be so irritating to like see your numbers fluctuate so much and your views drop and blah, blah. And it could just be that people don't want to watch my content. So that might have nothing to do with the actual YouTube platform itself. Number 14, if you could choose any other content creator to collab with, who would it be and why? Well, I've already done that. I've already chosen tons of content creators to collab with. And why I've collabed with them is because I think they're awesome creators. And, a lot of them have become very dear friends of mine. I can't think of anybody that I haven't collabed with that I really want to collab with, but if I ever do, I just reach out to them and say, hey, you want to collab? I'd really wanted to collab with Charlie, Peanut Butter Beauty, and we've done that. We're getting ready to do another collab in March. So it's already March. We're doing a collab this month. So that was really fun to be able to, do something with somebody that I'd wanted to do something with, a collab with. But yeah, I don't have any problem reaching out to people. If they say no, they say no. But fortunately, I think everyone I've reached out to do a collab with so far has said yes. Okay, I think that turned out pretty good. Yeah, maybe a little uneven on this eye, but that's okay. Let me grab my mascara, which I think I'm just going to use my new tube of the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effects mascara today. Let's see, number 15, I'm trying to get through these a little bit quicker because this is going to be a really long video. Number 15, what would you like to see less of in the content creation world? I think that's pretty obvious. Less negativity, less immaturity, less backstabby, less insecure, just people trying to stir the pot and being nasty. I just would like to see less of that. The next question is, what would you like to see more of in the content creation world? Just fun content, fun, uplifting, easy, informative, mellow content. That's what I would like to see. And those are the types of people I am subscribed to and that I watch on a regular basis. Just people that are having fun and enjoying it and just having a grand old time. That's what I love. That's what I love about both my collab partners too, is that their videos are so fun and so like relaxing and just like you're hanging out with a really good friend and seeing them put their makeup on or talk about makeup or, the get ready with me in the news videos that Shani does, just amazing. I just really enjoy that type of content. Just really fun content. It's wonderful. And I wish I would see more of that here. Number 17, what is some advice you wish you'd heard when you got started? I got a lot of really good advice from Steph when I got started. I don't feel like I was missing any advice. Well, I guess maybe just, she did talk to me about how much time it takes to film and edit and stuff. I think I really feel like I had some amazing advice when I got started. So I don't know that I was missing out on any type of advice necessarily. Can't think of anything anyway. Number 18, what is some advice you'd give to someone that is just getting started? Get started. Just go for it. Go for it. And find someone that if you need help with different aspects like the editing or filming or whatever, that you connect with someone on this platform that could help you do that. And I'm willing to help people. So, if you have questions or are thinking about starting a channel and you're watching this, feel free to reach out to me. You can either reach out to me in the comment section here, or you can DM me on Instagram. I'm always happy to help people get started. And, I'm not an expert, okay? And I've only been having one for 3 years, not even almost. So, take that with a big grain of salt here, that I don't know everything there is to know about having a channel. But I'm willing to help out anybody because I think that's important, that you have people to help you. And that looks weird like that. Yeah, that got a little bally-uppy, a little clumpy. And also just be yourself, have fun, and come into this process, come into the channel starting process not expecting to be the next best thing here on this platform. I think that happens to people, and then when they don't grow as fast as they think they're going to, they get really discouraged. Don't get discouraged, just keep doing it. Like my views have dropped. Oh well, I'm gonna keep filming. People are either gonna watch it or they're not. So what? I'm having fun and it's wonderful. So, I say just get started and keep filming and get help and have fun. Now I'm gonna put the shade right here, this beautiful light pink shimmer towards the, or in my inner corner. And I'm really liking this palette. I love it. Number 19, what is the subject of your next video? I'm not sure. What is the subject of my next video? I think actually I'm gonna be filming a look with the Kitchen Witch palette from VE Cosmetics, I think. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Pretty sure. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but I think I'm gonna film a look with it anyway. I'll figure out something to chat about, or if I just sit and chat about the palette, I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking. I also have a couple videos or collab videos I need to film. One is with Charlie. I'm gonna film that next week. And then one is with Wilma, the Wilma Finger Do review. I'm so excited. It's our first collab. It's gonna be so amazing. And she came up with some really awesome questions for us to answer. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's, you know, a dream for me to collab with her. So I guess that's the person that I'm dreaming now of collabing with, but we're gonna collab, so. The last question here, describe your content creation experience in one word. My content creation experience in one word, huh? I came up with these questions. Fulfilling. I would say my content creation experience here has been fulfilling. You know, it's really brought a lot of fulfillment into my life and has given me something to channel my sadness about my kiddos not living here anymore. It's really helped me channel it into something more productive and better for me. Okay, so those were the 20 questions. Holy cow, I got my eye look done. I really like the eye look, love the palette. I think everything came together really easily and blended well. I love the shimmers and so I will go off camera, do the rest of my stuff, and I will come back. So this is the finished look, and I really like how it turned out. This palette, where is it? Right over here. This is absolutely stunning. Loved it. Loved. I used all the shades in here, and they all worked so well. Beautiful. So happy that Shani sent this to me. I just really enjoy Natasha Denona. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed her until I viewed this palette, of course, the mini Xenon. I do have the Jubilee, which I love. I want to use that again very soon because I love the shimmers in it. But yeah, great brand. Whew, love it. On my lips, I put the She Glam liquid lipstick in the shade City Nights. I just love this shade, and I thought it would look really nice with my eye look today, and this will stay on my lips all day long. It does not move. I did top it with a little bit of my gloss from Milani. I was going to use one of my Ladybug Glow, but I just couldn't figure out which one that I thought would look good with the eye look, so I just stuck with this. This is the Ludicrous Lights Lip Gloss in 120 Peachella. Does have a little bit of a shift to it, but not nearly as much as the Ladybug Glow ones do. I'm super excited to go and watch Jan and Shani's video. I encourage you guys to go do that, of course. And if you're coming here from Jan or Shani's channel, hello and welcome aboard. I just love doing collabs with these two. It's always such a fun thing to plan out, to figure out what we're gonna do. You know, it's just a wonderful experience. And they're both such beautiful and special people on the platform, in my life, in the world. And what I'll do is I will list all the questions that I came up with for the content creator perspective tag in my description box. So if you would like to do this on your channel, if you have a channel, that would be awesome. Make sure you tag us so we can come watch your videos. And, you know, I wanted to be, or I was honest in this video about how I truly feel about different aspects of being a content creator. And, you know, this might not fly with everyone that's listening because you guys might disagree with some of the things that I said, but, you know, it's just my experience, things I've seen, heard that I don't love, that I do love, aspects of having a channel that I love, don't love, you know, obviously you guys listen to me answer the questions, but really fun. Really made me think a lot about how I feel about being a content creator. I don't ever want to be known as an influencer because I don't want to influence anyone to do anything, but I do feel like I create content. So that made sense to me to do this type of a tag. But I would love to know what you guys think about my answers here. And again, go and watch Jan and Shani's videos because I know they're going to be amazing. I cannot wait to watch them. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.